Zoe Harrison, and I'll be giving a speech on increasing speed limits. Have you ever been ticketed for speeding? I know I have. Just a few short weeks ago, I had been driving for an extended period of time when all of a sudden I saw flashing blue lights behind me. I was given a ticket for going 70 in a 55-mile-an-hour zone. This puzzled me because I was following the flow of traffic. Even though I wasn't keeping an eye on my speedometer, I felt comfortable with the speed I was going, as well as the speed of the traffic around me. This experience made me question the effectiveness of our country's current highway speed limits. In 2012, Texas legislators actually increased the highway speed limit to 85 miles an hour. This was the highest speed limit in America at the time. Multiple states have now followed Texas's example, and despite the support of the legislation, many people still question the safety of increasing the speed limits. However, I'm here because I would like to show you that increased speed limits are actually more suitable for promoting safe driving on highways today. And first, I'd like to start by telling you how raising the speed limit will actually make driving safer. This leads me to my first point, that slower speed limits are not always safer than faster speed limits. Federal and state studies have actually consistently shown that the drivers most likely to get into accidents in traffic are those traveling significantly below the average speed. According to the 2004 transportation research records, those driving 10 miles an hour slower than the prevailing speed are more likely to be involved in an accident. That means that if the average speed on an interstate is 70 miles an hour, the person traveling at 60 miles an hour is more likely to get into an accident than someone going 70 or even 80 miles an hour. Many drivers will drive the speed that actually feels reasonable to them, and typically this results in the speed limit set at the 85th percentile speed of free-flowing traffic. A study that was conducted by the National Motorist Association raised speed limits throughout areas in urban and rural non-limited access highways. The findings showed that when the limit was raised to the speed already traveled by 85% of motorists, accidents did not increase. Gary Biller, president of the NMA, stated that establishing posted speed limits in accordance with the 85th percentile speed is one of the most important traffic safety tenets, and by doing so, the differential speed among vehicles on the road is minimized, and it is differential speed that can actually be a major factor in causing traffic accidents. So as you can see, speed limits should be based on sound traffic engineering principles that consider responsible motorists' actual travel speeds. Although some of you may now be concerned that people will start to drive even faster if the speed limit is increased. However, this is not the case. The majority of drivers will not go faster than what they feel is comfortable and safe, regardless of the speed limit. For example, an 18-month study following an increase in the speed limit along the New York Thruway from 55 to 65 miles an hour determined that the average speed of traffic, 68 miles an hour, remained the same. Even a national study conducted by Federal Highway Administration also concluded that raising or lowering the speed limit had practically no effect on actual travel speeds. Even with all this supporting evidence, critics still contend that raising the speed limit will actually increase fatalities. However, again, this is not the case. The accident fatality rate is lower than it has ever been before. There were 32,310 traffic fatalities in 2011, the fewest there have been since 1949. But more importantly, fatality rates per 100 million vehicle miles traveled have dropped substantially over the years, falling from 24.09 in 1921 to 1.09 in 2011. In addition, while interstate highway speed limits have risen since Congress repealed all federally imposed speed limits in 1995, fatalities categorized as speeding related by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration have declined since then. Specifically, there were 13,414 speeding-related fatalities in 1955 and 10,591 in 2011. Of the 10,591 speeding-related fatalities in 2011, just 964 occurred on interstate highways within speed limits over 55 miles an hour. This number is actually less than 10% of all speed-related fatalities. So, to conclude my speech, as you can see, driving in America has never been safer, even with higher speed limits. If highway speed limits are raised to actually reflect real travel speeds, such as the 85th percentile, the new higher limit will make the roads safer. And as mentioned previously, when the majority of traffic is traveling at the same speed, traffic flow improves and there are fewer accidents. So, I hope it is clear to you that increasing the speed limits of highways will help traffic to flow at a safer pace, reduce accidents and fatalities, and make driving overall safer for everyone. Thank you.